What's up, you guys, and welcome to the Burn Bootcamp podcast. My name is MonTayla Yancey, and I am the co-owner with my husband, D'Angelo Yancey, of Burn Bootcamp Hiram, Burn Bootcamp Lost Mountain, and coming soon, Burn Bootcamp South Cobb and Burn Bootcamp Douglasville, all on the west side of Georgia. I'm here to just answer some questions for you guys today. So the first one is, how am I going to spend the rest of 2022? And I think it's really just strategizing. So I have a plan. I have the plan written out. I know what I want to accomplish in 2023. And now it's just about taking that plan, working backwards, and figuring out a strategy and what's the best way to get to those goals. So December is all about just sitting down and thinking everything through. The second question is, what are my goals in 2023? And that is personal and professional. I think for my professional goals, it's just to make my businesses as successful as possible. If you want a measurable goal from me, I want my gyms to, produce $1 million in revenue. I want to service and transform, over 1,000 lives. I want to impact the lives of my team and make sure that I'm on track and the business is on track to provide for them and their families. I want to give back to our communities in more ways. So that's my professional goals. My personal goal, I want to run a half marathon, you guys. I've been saying this for 3 years. I am a runner. I just got into, road running, and I've done a couple 10Ks, 5Ks, and it's time. It's time for me to push the limit and go for that. I think it's 13.1. It just hurts, okay? So my background is a 400 hurdler, and that's a few more laps than just one. So that's my personal goal. And then the last question we have here is, how do I measure progress? I think how anyone should measure progress is how you document it. So like I said, you write down that goal and then you work backwards and then you set a timeline. So if this goal is for the end of Q1, well, where am I at the end of January? Where am I at the end of February? Am I 75% of the way there by March? If you have that goal, you have to have a deadline. You have to have a timeline, and then check the box. Write it down and literally check off the box. And that is how I measure progress. And I think that's how you can accomplish your goals quicker and easier. So I have a couple more questions, and the next one up is, what are 3 things that are always in my fridge? I would have to say eggs, because everyone needs eggs in the morning, afternoon, and night. And then almond milk. I have to have my vanilla almond milk. That's the only thing I use for my afterburn. If you use water with your afterburn, you are a different breed, and I respect you, but I cannot use water. So, except for with orange sickle. But yeah, almond milk. And then what's the third thing? What's in my fridge? I think the other thing would always condiments, like ketchup and hot sauce. Okay, I'm a ramen noodle girl. I never lost it after college. I love ramen noodles, and I have to have hot sauce. So those are the 3 things. The next one up is, what's my favorite protocol day? And it's Metcon. I mean, I think that's, if it's not, then we can't be friends. If that's not your favorite protocol day, we just can't be friends, because who doesn't love Metcon? You got a little bit of cardio, you got a little bit of strength. I mean, it just makes you an overall better person. So Metcon, and especially on Mondays or Saturdays work. And then what has Burn done for me and my family? And this one just kind of hits home for me. Burn has changed my life. I came into Burn at 25 years old, I think, back in 2018. I went to Burn U 20, all right, and I was brought on as a head trainer, and I just learned so much. I met so many people. I was inspired by all the trainers and the franchise partners that I met back in Burn U 20, and it just shaped me into who I am today. So I was a head trainer for 2 years, and then my husband and I bought into the brand, and it has just transformed our lives. We get to impact others. We get to financially change each other, our lives, and the impact has just been beyond what we could have ever, imagined. And I think it gives us, the opportunity to do what we love, but also set ourselves up for our future, set our kids up, our future kids up for their future. And this is something that goes with the generational wealth, the generational impact. Our goal is to impact the epidemic that this world is in with health. And I think that Burn has given us the I don't even know what to call it, the opportunity. There it is, that's the word. It's the opportunity to do what's best for our communities and ourselves. So that question really hit home for me, because we wouldn't be where we are without Burn today. So next up we have, what does my morning routine look like? And I usually wake up between 4:30 and 5 a.m. every morning. I go and sit on the couch and do some self-development, whether that's personal or professional. It's usually professional right now, since we're in this huge growth phase in our business. And I listen to a podcast. I love listening to Devin and Morgan's podcast. I love listening to like anything that's business growth, fitness, like that. I'll pop that on. And then I read a lot of books. So we read a lot of business books. I know you guys have seen Morgan and Devin's book list and book club list, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm kind of making my way through that. So I'll read a couple books. I'll turn my fake fireplace on my TV, because I don't have a real one. And then after that, I usually go grab a cup of coffee and head over to Burn Hiram, where I will, I don't know, whatever the Burn needs for the day, whether that's a team meeting, whether it's, doing a blue carpet experience checklist, and then I'll pop into camp. So I'm like a 8 or a 9:30 type of gal, okay? That's my sweet spot. Every now and then I'll hit a noon camp, but my morning is usually topped off with camp at around 8 or 9:30. What else we got here? What is your favorite piece of Burn gear? Oh, okay. Talking to the girl who has like 5 bins of Burn shirts and hats and everything. Again, I've been with the brand for 4.5 years, and I'm a hoarder, okay? You call it what it is, okay? That it just is what it is. If they would stop producing great things, I wouldn't be in the predicament that I am in right now. So the piece of gear that is probably one of my favorites is our hype hoodie. Like that's just they just do it right every single time. Like the fabric. I don't know how it's able to be light and airy yet heavy. And if you know, you know. So our hype hoodie is definitely one of my faves. And then whatever this style cropped racer, like it's just my jam. Like it shows all the back muscles, but then it just sits right here, not too long, not too short. It's really my jam. So the crop racer and the hype hoodie, any color, anything on it, I'm buying it. All right, y'all. Last question, and it's the best one. Why Burn? For me, my why with Burn is because I fell in love with the mission statement. I came in to my interview as a head trainer knowing that this job, I'm also interviewing the company, the brand, the ownership, and I'm not just looking for a job anymore. I'm looking for a career. And when I read through the mission statement, when I talked to the people in the brand, it just aligned with everything that I knew I wanted to be and produce and give to the community. People first, showing women that you are strong and beautiful, and you can accomplish anything, and you should be your own body goals instead of pointing the finger and being like, that's what I want. I wanted to partner with a brand that doesn't believe in fad diets and all the crap, that produces quality products and that tells you to eat food. And everything just hits on all cylinders back then, and 5 years later now, it's just the evolution of the brand is everything that I personally believe in. And that is something that you should always attach yourself to. Don't ever go somewhere where you are going through the motions, going through the day to day. You have to believe in what you're doing and who you're doing it with, because then work feels like work. And I'm happy to say that when I go to work, it doesn't feel like work. I genuinely love what I do, and it's because of the type of brand that this is, and the type of community, and the nationwide and soon to be worldwide impact that we have, and how genuine we are. I've been a part of so many different communities when it comes to fitness, and there's genuinely nothing like it. And I say that to everybody. So why Burn? Because it genuinely is the best. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Burn Bootcamp podcast. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe so you can stay tuned and stay up to date with everything we have to offer. And please, go ahead and follow my gyms. Burn Bootcamp Hiram, Burn Bootcamp Lost Mountain, and then if you would like to follow me, at MonTayla, MonTayla. 2 claps on 2, 1, 2.